Today is 7/27/17 Gregorian. And I want to thank the one, the most, the source, the most hall, the most high, the one, the all, the source, all the other messengers. And this video is not a video on knowledge. This is just a video on just a little entertainment video that I felt like doing. The name of this one is Scorpio 2018. Now, this is not a tarot reading. I don't read tarot cards. I don't talk to dead spirits. I mean, you're not supposed to be doing that kind of thing anyway. And you should know by now that you are all of the zodiac signs. You're not just one. You lean heavily on one that you're born on, but you also have to take in accordance of your zodiac sign. You have to take in accordance of the alignment. It's astrology, zodiac, and so you have to take an alignment in accordance of the stars and where the stars were lined up, what planets was lined up. And you need a birth chart, a natal birth chart. About myself, whenever I was born, I did a birth chart on myself in Jupiter. I think it was Jupiter. I was Venus. I was heavy on. And you should just study yourself. So this is mostly for people who are like me, alpha males, Scorpios, better to help kind of deal with yourself personally, one-on-one, and also for females who are queens, who are in relationships with their then they have a Scorpio that's a strong alpha male Scorpio, because we want to try to get these bonds and these connections better and stronger. We're not trying to break up stuff and tear stuff down. We want to get the connection bigger, better, and stronger. So again, this is just like a little entertainment purposes thing that you can use to try to apply for your everyday life certain things, such as, first off, when I did my birth chart and find out exactly around the same day, everybody might be different, but for the kind of alpha male Scorpio I am, this is before I even stopped eating the animals. Well, this is after I already had stopped eating animals, and it's been going on 5 years. But I just found out recently, a couple of months ago, about maybe 2 months ago, that I'm supposed to be eating the mostly a plant-based diet, and I'm supposed to be exercising regularly. And this helps with our natural high energy, and it also relieves stress. So if you're an alpha male Scorpio, you even if you like to sit back in the back and run things, or if you're out front, we're leaders. We take charge. We're very hands-on, and we're diplomatic, but we sometimes we force the issue. But we always if we have a group of friends, most Scorpios, if they have a group of friends, or people, I don't like saying Scorpios, most people that lean heavily on their Scorpio sign, because again, let me reiterate, you are all of the Scorpio signs. I mean, not Scorpio signs, you are all of the astrological signs. You just lean heavier on whichever one you were born in, but they all have play a part in your whole life. But I'm not going to break that down and do a video for that. That's a video for another day. But anyway, so I'm going to be speaking to like the males and the females. So for us, if you're high energy guy and you put a lot of love into everything that you do, and you want to try to make everybody's lives better, and you really work hard and everything, you have to do exercise. And I'm not talking about exercising your demons where you're doing all this exercise. I don't believe in exercising 3 to 5 times a week for 3 to 4 hours. I believe that that's overdoing it. I don't believe in getting out and running either, because I believe you can attain the same thing just by taking a long nature walk. But what I do suggest is exercise. When you get off of work or your job, or you own your own business, it doesn't have to be a lot. Me, myself, I only probably do maybe 30 minutes to an hour. And sometimes that's if I'm doing it. If I'm exercising every single day, I probably only do like 20 minutes of exercise, a good 20-minute workout, just to relieve the stress of your normal day. And so that's one aspect of it to help if you're being an alpha male and you got a lot of things going on, a lot of stress, because the smoking and the drinking and all that stuff, I'm smoke free, drink free. So, I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's on you. But again, you're not living a clean life if you're being controlled by toxins and being controlled by that cigarette. I used to smoke cigarettes. I know how hard it is to quit. When you wake up in the morning, first thing you do, you don't say thanks to the Most Highs. You don't say thanks to your God. If you're an atheist, you really are screwed up. But anyway, first thing you do, 9 times out of 10, you get out of bed and fire the cigarette up. So to try to get away from the toxins and all of that, you have to do that on your own. But like I said, being that high alpha male Scorpio, you're a leader and stuff, and you want things to go right, and you want to try to help people out, and you're having trouble in your life because it's simple. Just change up your diet and the exercise. The exercise is very important because it's a stress reliever. It'll take the place of getting off of work. I used to get off of work and drink a 6-pack. The exercise will take the place of that. Once you start getting up and doing it and getting into a routine and turn that into your ritual. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, when you're dealing with, if you're a woman, a queen, we love the queens, and you're dealing with your alpha male Scorpio. All right. Now, because all Scorpios are not the same, like we said, they just lean heavily on one side. But, I mean, if you got a Scorpio that's not, he's not in charge, doesn't take charge, and just is really passive or whatever, then this is not for you. But if you do have one that's kind of dominant on you, and you want to try to make the relationship work, well, the first thing that you have to realize is, Scorpios, like me myself, we fall heavily, we fall fast and hard, you know. And if we're with a female or a queen, then we kind of, and we've taken the time to figure her out, then we fall fast and hard. So that means that we'll fall fast and hard, but also we can fall out of love fast and quick too. So we might even still be with you, might be still sleeping together, still living together, but just not feeling you. I mean, that's just the bottom line. But here's the thing. Also, like, I don't know if it's just me, but and I'm not around a lot of other, I mean, I guess I knew one that was born right the same day as me, and we were very much alike. He was born like the October 26th or 27th, and I was born the 31st, and we were pretty much alike on a lot of different things. But when it comes to, I don't want to make this a long video, but when it comes to relationships, like, we want to be your all. That's probably where, if you're in a relationship and you're not, and things not working, other relationships with other people might be different. But we have strong, passionate, you know, and we're not selfish lovers. So we want to be your all and the main focus of you, and we want to have like our souls to bond and combine and like really be doing some awesome things, not just on a sexual level, but like on everything. So like having a lot of disagreements over little stuff, I don't know, me, I learned out of my 40 years that I just don't argue with a woman. But if you're a woman and you're with a male and he's a Scorpio, or not even a Scorpio, just somebody who has that determination, who's dominant, who's always just trying to just be a leader but not overbearing, a good thing for you to do is, if y'all having disagreements or you think something's going on wrong, pull them to the side and talk to them away from everybody. Because, and we take things personally, like, to me, that would be like being disloyal. And that's the number one thing for me, myself personally, is loyalty. I didn't have it before when I was younger, but now that I'm matured and I've got to the point in my life to where it took me a while to get there, but now I'm very loyal. So I expect that out of anyone that I'm going to be with. I expect loyalty. And it's not, you think it's something simple, but for instance, say you're a queen and your mate. This might go for anybody. This might just be basic relationship type things. But I know what it goes. I know it goes for me, and I know other men that are strong like me, that have big hearts, that are passionate, that really love hard. And we thin. We might be thick skinned, but we're also thin, like emotionally. Like me, I get out there and fight a bear for my family, but you could say something to me that would really hurt me, cut me deep. I might go somewhere and cry. That's just being real. I mean, I used to be a stone cold killer, but I mean, very emotional, certain things that you can say. So, for instance, if I just throw this out here, this hasn't happened to me or anything, but just giving an example. Say, I tell you about my job, and I'm telling that they're overworking me. I'm not getting paid the right amount of money. They're just using me. I'm just really unhappy. And I pull you and I tell you that to the side. Now we're out at dinner with some friends or whatever, and then you decide to bring that up, and you might think, and you might be bragging on me, talking about, oh, he's really working hard even though he's not getting paid anything, or he's the best worker at the job and they're underpaying him. You might be trying to brag on your mate, but certain kind of people, that's a sign of disloyalty, because we told you that in privacy. It's not something that we're talking about, and that goes for a lot of things. If it's not a lot of things that we're talking about in if we talk about it with you one-on-one, then you want to talk back to me about that, talk to me about that one-on-one, right? All right, dig this. Something else is when you're in a situation and you know for a fact that your partner might be wrong. Pull them to the side and talk to them later. Even though they're dead wrong, talk to them later, because they'll love you and have more respect for you. You never go against the family. You never go against the family. I mean, it's just, and if someone gives you something, and sometimes I'm not a big materialistic person, but if I give you something and you turn around and just give it to somebody else, I mean, that's just something. I'm not gonna like that. Some people might not even care. When I gave it to you, it's yours. You just do whatever you want to with it. But I mean, that's just how I am, and I don't know if other people are like that. But I know, dealing with alpha males and people who are really dominant and who are also thick skinned, can take a lot. But you would never know. Like, I don't want to make this a long video, but. And we have this stare. Some of the men might have it, but I know that women have told me this. Other queens have told me this, and they say, like, they're like, what are you looking at? And they get offended, thinking that I'm staring at them in some kind of mean way or something. But like, my mind is just so gone. I'm thinking about stuff, and it's just a weird stare that we have. Also, a lot of times, if you're sitting there thinking. This is, I don't know I'm not the only one that has this. You can actually pretty much, if I've been with a queen for any period of time, a long period of time, and it might work for other women too. If I'm sitting there, if I ask you, what are you thinking about? That means I pretty much know what you're thinking about. Pretty much, I got a good idea what you're thinking about. So if you say nothing, then I'm gonna feel like you lied to me, and I'm like, well, damn. Well, what is she really thinking about? What are you hiding? Don't say nothing. If you're sitting there deep in thought, I mean, maybe this goes for everybody, but if you're sitting there deep in thought and I ask you, what's up, what you thinking about? Share with me. And you say nothing, I mean, that's going to be pretty offensive too. But like I said, I don't want to make this a long video, but as far as, I just wanted to do something, and someone who loves hard and who will put you up on a pedestal and really treat you good. The good ones. I'm not talking about the dog ass niggas who won't even get out of bed and go get a job. I'm talking about the good ones, okay? So you can say, oh, this nigga, he ain't like that nigga. I know ain't nothing like what you talking about. So I need to, well, you go watch a video for some ain't shit niggas. Excuse my French. I'm talking about a good man, a king. And a king is more than just calling yourself a king. A king is, me, myself, personally, to me, what a king is, it's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, type of guy when you're dealing with people and dealing with business, and have a lot of respect and carry yourself with a lot of respect.